Hello, all. Welcome back to Melanin Madam. Tonight, we have the madam that is the media Madame P.I. We have more stories for tonight. At the top of the show, let me read the disclosure and get it out of the way. These stories come straight from public trenches of the internet. I don't create them. I didn't fact check their lives, and I don't know these people. I'm here to comment, analyze, entertain, and offer wisdom where we can, and also share parts of our lives. There is no harassment that will be tolerated. Viewer discretion is advised. Make sure that you're up. Some include dark humor, some include something that you may have went through. Nonetheless, we will give our opinion. Just like living room talk is not politically correct. We do watch and mind for how we care for people, but our opinions are valid and so are yours. You don't have to agree with us. What you have to do is be respectful or you'll get blocked and knocked out. Make sure that you share the live on your way in, like, comment, and subscribe, especially if you're in replay. We'll have our co-host introduce herself, and then we will get started with this deliberate drama.
Hey y'all, it's Dizzy Des, better known as Delicious, and we is here for all of that today.
All of the ish. So you ready for tonight?
I'm ready.
Okay, so before we get started, I do want to make everybody aware and give a little tidbit while people are coming in. I hate that I have to send this show out every time I go live, but anyway, one day, right? The Tasha K interview on Kiki Jones. So that is something that we covered at the very beginning. We gave our open, honest, and direct feedback, and it appears as though Tasha K's opinions align with how we feel. Remember, when you watch that interview, if you do go back and watch it before I do the reaction video on Friday, I want you to keep something in your mind. This feedback that Tasha K gave was before all of the updates, if you happen to have seen them or passed by them, as Kiki has continued to post and continue to go against the wisdom that has been offered, the care that has been offered, and the empathetic replies, right? And then as well, we found out that, not everybody's hands are clean all the time. And that's why it's good to have all people at the table, because after you speak so much, guess what will happen? The other person will enter the chat. Now, while I still don't agree with the family entering the chat, I learned why the mother entered the chat. Although I don't agree with the approach, I agree with how she feels, especially knowing now. But go ahead and watch it. It's the doozy, I'm telling you. And we are going to unpack it on Friday. So it's going to be a long live. So bring your drink, bring whatever you need, because I'm going to go through the whole thing. Just saying. So that's what I would like to say at the top of the show. Because if you go to my page, you'll see videos and then you haven't seen any in a while. It's because it's been a goddamn roller coaster every day. And it's been way too much. I'm
Way
trying
too
to tell
much.
you, it's been way too much. Social media, it can be a blessing or a curse, and put in the wrong hands of an unhinged person, an unhealed person, an untrained person. That is not the place to be. If you are not healed, you are not strong, and you don't have the capability to move forward with the best intentions. And as well, if there are three people in a marriage, as per God, you don't get to use God when you want, but deliberately negate that fact. Bringing it to the internet, as I said then, you opened it up to the whole world. So here we go with our stories for tonight, child. These stories be real. You probably know somebody who's been through some of this ish.
If you don't know the person,
I don't know these people.
I'm just
Um,
saying.
all
Hope
right.
not. But what did you say? Hope
Correct.
not.
Correct. However, let's see. Tonight, we do throw shade. Is it gossip? I'm not really sure if it's gossip because you put the story out there and then said give advice. Once you said give advice, we can give advice. So actually not. Tonight's stories are about marriage, money, manipulation, denial, and decisions that made people lose it while calling it love. Hence me
My
starting with telling
God.
you about Kiki at the top. Right. Every story you're about to hear is real as far as we know. Every word is exactly as it was submitted. I did not change anything. And we'll see what the consequences should be, child. Y'all ready for the cases? Because we're going to be the unapologetic jury.
I know that's real.
Okay. Let's do
Let's
it.
go,
Let's do
jury.
it. Let's do it. Okay. So, first story. And yes, I am starting as people come in because, child, you should have been here. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. Let's see. So, first story is the title is My Husband Malik is a bum, but he's my bum.
Mm.
How far will pride go to protect a mistake? Mm. At the top of judgment, make sure when you judging and we giving feedback, you mostly talking to yourself. Okay, that's for self
Hmm.
too, child. Here we go. My husband Malik is a bum and a fraud, and I hate it for him. We met at a wealth seminar. He was well dressed, attractive, and dripping with symbols of wealth. He spoke a good game. He had the formula. He was attracted to independent women, so I paid for everything while dating.
Mm.
We got married at the courthouse. I thought marriage would inspire him to spend money, but there is no money. So we argued. Our marriage can be best described as an endless succession of petty humiliation. Malik is always making elevate your life speeches in his car while there's an open repossession order on his car.
Mm.
But his fan base is growing and women are throwing themselves at this bum. He's my bum. And I don't want those females filling his head with confidence. How do I humble him? Being a breath away from a car repossession doesn't seem to work.
Well, my God.
On today,
Bae, I don't even know. I don't know if I even appreciate how you ended it though.
read as submitted. Read as submitted. And
I
I
mean,
quote.
not you ended it, her. It's like
Right.
I can't believe you ended it like that. How
Mhm.
to take down his confidence? Why would you want to?
Uh-huh.
Even though, I mean, first of all, I don't even know how you married him if he broke. You let him gaslight you into marriage
Mm-hmm.
when you should have been asking him before marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Uh when was he gonna start spending some money?
Should you have to ask?
Sometimes. I
Oh,
guess
okay.
so.
Tell me more.
I say that just because everybody ain't been trained to be that. That
Okay.
keeper, that protector, that provider. Some men don't know what that is. They have never seen it,
Okay.
and therefore they do not know how to give it without instruction. Now, I can say once you bring up the topic and it is not received well and nothing has changed, then that is a sign that he don't like you. Because it's one thing to not know, it's another thing to be taught and you still choose.
Okay.
So even if he goes down to doing the barest minimum,
Okay.
if he goes down to doing the bare is minimum,
Mm-hmm.
it was still more than what he was doing because you said for dating, you pay for all the dates. That sounds crazy to me. How did you find that that would be a protector or a provider or a good husband? I don't understand that
Mm-hmm.
personally. But that's all I got. I don't get it. I don't know how to help you with that because and then you turn around and say how to you're not even mad about the fact that he ain't spending money on you, girl. You want to keep him low budget with you and he's clearly showing you he want to make money. He just ain't getting it yet. And you're a great provider until he does. The question is, will he provide for you the same after the fact once he blows up on social media and everything?
Mm. Mm. Okay. So that would be my question. Let's re-examine the facts because I love to do that. Let's see. So what she is most um gathered by is that he is well dressed, attractive, and dripping with symbols of wealth. Hmm.
That enough?
He had the formula. He had the formula or the facade. Because if he had the formula, then two of you together, if that's where you met, should have joined and did something and been doing great.
Hmm.
Mhm. So it sounds like he is faking and he loves an independent woman. So I paid for everything while we were dating. What about that is independence?
That sounds like pure
He's a gold digger.
capitalism.
He's a user. He is indeed a bum. Um, and you focused on the wrong stuff, right? So this is what I would do. Since you already walked into it without clearly asking any questions, it sounds like you need to go back and ask him questions. Because how did you not know that there was any money? How did you not know that and you got married? When I got married, before I got married, when I got engaged, I knew that that was a person that I was ready to spend forever with because I did something that I never did before with anybody else. I logged onto the computer, I went into my account, and I turned my computer around. Now, let's
Oh
not be
my.
stupid. I didn't do it for all accounts. However,
Look at me.
I
Oh
did.
my.
I did. I did because is that what to me turning the computer around or what to which part? Yes, I did because if you are marrying somebody that you don't feel comfortable sharing all of you with, why are you marrying them? I didn't
Hmm.
say I gave him access. I didn't say he asked me for $1. I didn't say that he incorporated that into his life. But guess what that would have let me know as well? Once you see what I have, if you start to behave different, this dress can go back where it came from. There's certain things that I believe you should do while you're engaged. That way, it's pre-marriage. If you open those gates and that space of trust because you said yes, yes meaning I'll marry you tomorrow. So those are things you should know about the other person. You should talk about life insurance and all of those different things right away. Because if I could show him what I had and he didn't change, then isn't that the signs that I need?
I would hope so.
That man was cooking. I
Oh
said,
well,
come and
then.
look. And I turned around my computer and he said, oh, okay. And went right back in the kitchen.
I like that because whether you realize it or not, no matter what it was, you set the tone.
It did. It did for me because if you go into marriage having to hide your assets or not being comfortable or not knowing, that's crazy. As well, I showed my credit score and my credit report. He did the same. Those are things you need to know. That's your livelihood. Those are things that are going to be combined once you become one. So why don't you know what that looks like? At that point, did I tell him what I made? I'm not sure. No, we did. Yep. We also discussed what we got paid. And when we discussed what we got paid, the level of admiration that I had for them at that point, because I couldn't figure out how what he showed me translated into the life that he provided for me. I developed a newfound respect for him for so many different reasons, and him for me, because some people believe a hyper independent woman behaves a certain way. We actually don't. We actually don't. Not in our real life. If you're counting the things that we obtain, though, that's different. But it
Nope,
gave
we're
us,
regular.
we're very regular. It gave us a different view of each other. Hey, sis, it gave us a different view of each other. So I find it strange that this girl, because she's a girl, got married to somebody, and because they looked like money and was at a particular place, you took that as something. Last thing on that one. Do y'all know it's women that when they want a particular type of man, they show up to those conferences and things like that because it's money in the building. So they show up and they could tell you anything. They can behave any kind of way because they are there specifically to grab a person of a particular class.
Oh, I need to
So
get to these conferences. I'm slipping.
just make sure when you go, you have something to offer. But should you? Yes. That's why when people say that they can't find the right person, well, you're not going to. If you're going to the local hub, the place everybody else goes, yes, they are hunting. If you're going to the place where everybody goes, those are your common people. Those are people that you're accustomed to. Step outside of that and go into happy hour in a lounge of a hotel when you know that a convention is in town. Do things like that because that's the caliber of man that you want, right? So why are you not where they are? You should go there, especially if you have
You
something to
right.
offer. Why are you not there? I was just going to say that one, sis. A golf course, lounges, particular restaurants at happy hour, specifically by the airport. Those are good ones. Games, NFL games, hockey games, baseball games, stuff like that. Why are you not at the places where the money is? You should be those places. You should absolutely be those places. So, Miss Ma'am, want to hold on to your bum because he is your bum, then unbum him. Okay? That's not a word. Unbum him or leave him alone. Because if y'all are together, why is his car about to be repossessed? You're his wife. Help him. Uh, so let's see. Ready for the next story?
Mm-hmm. Because these humans is weird, and I like it.
Next story. Child support is about to ruin my wedding. Can you build a future by erasing your past? Here we go. I'm getting married in December. Our budget is tight, and my fiance watches every penny. I've been working longer hours, but my checks are short because, surprise, the child support goons from my former state, Wisconsin, have found me in Missouri. I'm trying to be a responsible, upstanding husband to my future wife. Those Wisconsin kids are a part of my past life
Mm-mm,
and shouldn't be
mm-mm.
allowed to destroy what I have going on now. Also, my fiance doesn't know my two kids exist. So these garnished checks will expose me. What advice do you have?
Bum, tell the truth. That's it right there. I dropped the mic with you. We dropped the mic on that. Just tell the damn truth. You are so fucking trifling, sir.
I'm trying to be a responsible, upstanding husband.
No, you're not.
This goes back to what we're talking about. He's fucking kidding. Okay, those kids. If this woman finds out and she stays with him, you deserve the life that you get.
And
You
I
do.
promise you it won't be sweet.
Absolutely. This
It will
also
not be
brings
sweet.
this also brings up something that there are a subset of women right now who are conflicted with how to tell a man when he says, "I'm a good man," and you look and think, "How? You're not doing anything that you should be doing by your age, and you think because you are trying that makes you a good man."
No,
Mm.
I cannot
Either
agree with
you
that.
do or you don't. Okay. And some of the things that come out of adults' mouths show their true character, right? Is he kidding? The stories say that they are true. They are submitted and asked for advice. Lying through his teeth. He is an upstanding husband. Upstanding means a true tell. Am I misinterpreting the word of
Mm-mm.
upstanding?
Nope. I just wonder why people lie so much and think that makes them a good person.
So the equivalent, Kevin Samuels did a lot of damage because there was a saying before that when a woman responds and you ask her what makes you wife material, right? And that wife says, "I cook, I clean, I'm faithful," and men said, "What the hell?" But also a good woman said, "The fuck?" Like that doesn't make you a good wife. That's the question. That makes you an adult who cleans your house, pays your bills, and does the things that you're supposed to do. We in 2026, okay? We already started in 2025 and 2024. In 2026, here's what's going to happen. Those of you that behave as though the world should congratulate you, celebrate you, and hold you on a pedestal because you are doing things that a normal adult should do at your age. We're going to ignore you. You're not going to be invited to the table. You're going to be exited from the group chat. And we're probably going to repost you and call you a clown because
Mm-hmm,
that's
mm-hmm.
ridiculous. Let's start with the list. Okay, everybody, let's do a list. Okay, activity. So I'm going to say something, and then Des is going to say something that should be on this standard list that we're not going to accept. They're going to sound ridiculous to those of us with sense. Okay, if you pay your rent on time, That does not make you an excellent adult.
Mm.
What's one from you, Des?
If you put some gas in your car to go to work, does not make you a great person.
Okay. From the chat, if you do domestic work when you're by yourself, that does not make you an excellent adult. Next one. If you have a good credit score, that does not make you an outstanding adult. But it is a good one, but it does not make you an outstanding adult prepared for marriage.
If
Now,
you go to work every single day to pay your bills and to provide for yourself, that does not make you a great person. That makes you an adult.
period. Make sure that you like the live on the way in, everybody. Okay, next one. If you have a car, that does not make you an outstanding adult, especially past 30. 20s, none of these things apply in your 20s because you're doing your big one in your 20s if you're doing these things. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Any more from the chat? Also, if you are a good parent to the kids that you have had, that does not make you an outstanding adult. That makes you a great parent, and that's what you should be doing.
Period.
Y'all getting it? If these are things you should be doing, see, what was that movie with I think it's Adam Sandler he was on, and the little boy, he had the little
Big.
boy, huh?
Big.
No, he had the little boy with him, and the little boy was like, just let me stay, just let me stay. I could wipe my own ass.
I thought that was big.
I don't think so. I don't think it's called Big. I forgot what it's called, but it's not called that. I could look it up though, or
No
somebody look
worries.
it up and tell me in the chat.
Right,
What
because
Adam
don't
said.
worry. I'm looking for my phone right now.
Okay,
Look it up.
perfect. But you sound just as Big Daddy. That's what it was. Big
Big
Daddy.
Daddy.
Thank
Okay.
you. That's when people say those things. You was gonna say about parent. When people say those things, I look at you and that's all I hear in my head. That little boy. But that little boy was fighting for his life. So that made sense for that baby boy. But me looking at you like that baby boy, and then you also want. Let me tell you where it turns into be a problem. This is where it turns to be a problem, right? When you men, and it's different for women, there's one for women too. I'm sure that men feel, I'm a girl. For women, when men tell us these type of things and then tell us what we should do as women when you haven't even hit the starting line, close your ears, mom. Women don't get wet. If she does sleep with you, it's for her own benefit. So asking for anything extra, you probably shouldn't. Um, like get your game up. And I understand things happen and people have to start over. That's completely different. Do you know I would rock with somebody, even at my age, if they had this amazing life and then COVID happened, right? Or they needed to get a treatment for their mom and it wiped out their account. They had to stop working. Those things do happen. And some of us are at that age where we're taking care of our parents. You can't work. You got to reinvent yourself, kind of. I would work with somebody like that, depending on how they looked at it. If you wanted to go into woe is me, everybody feels sorry for me, attacking women, being mean in that state, I cannot. If you are somebody I can see is actively working, doing things to come back up from where you were, I'm gonna jump in there and I'm gonna help you. And that's even for a friend, because that could be any of us, you know, not every
Exactly.
it really can. And compassion is needed. Compassion is needed. But what I won't do is be your punching bag, even as a friend or family member. So for me, Mr. Sir, with that story, I really pray that that girl finds out. I really pray for better for your children. And I don't understand. I don't play about kids. So I don't understand. Child support ruining my wedding. No, you ruined your wedding. And you're going to ruin this woman's life if you don't tell her.
The
Darn fairy.
audacity.
It found me in Missouri. Hmm. Okay. Ready for the next story?
Let's get it.
Okay. All the stories tonight, yes, those poor kids. All of the stories tonight, actually, Kiki Jones, we're going to need you to come to the front. All of these would actually help you if you listen to the advice. And why Tasha K told you you shouldn't have married that man. And you, with the
Mm,
brick in your hand that you threw at him while you're talking about DV, he should have locked your tail up a long time ago. Black men, get
mm,
better at holding Black women accountable because that woman should have been held accountable a long time ago, whether she need help or not. She's not going to get it because you pacifying her and you triggered her, Mr. Bam Brandon, sir. Here we go.
mm.
Here we go. I rewarded her weight loss with control. When did attraction become ownership? I see what's happening in our marriage. She's cheating. But let's backtrack. She lost weight too quickly from a thick size 22 to a bony size 12. And I told her that I'm not attracted to her anymore. She promised to work on it. And when she skipped her morning exercise, I let her give me top. It was my way of thanking her for putting in the effort. I wouldn't have sex with her though. She stopped giving me top. She's not interested in me anymore. She's going out with her friends. In my experience, bony women are promiscuous. How do I get her to return to her original size before I lose total control over this situation? Help.
Mm. I can't. I
So I
can't
would
help
just
you with
like
that.
to say thank you. I would like to say thank you to the men in my life because the two that I proceeded with after losing a significant amount of weight were very, very supportive. And one did not want me to do it at all. And my husband had to adjust as well. He missed my breasts.
I'm hollering.
Because it's real. Here's the thing. This is really real. When somebody got with you, didn't they get with you or supposed to for who you are today?
Correct.
So there are men that really do it, and how you look is a part of it. If a man got with you because he truly appreciates you for
Being a
your
dick,
size
right?
and that's what he's attracted to, then that's just what he's attracted to. And a significant amount of weight is going from a 22 to a 12. At a size 12, I quickly gained weight because I didn't like what I look like as a size 12. Having a supportive partner is very, very important, but here's the question. Okay, so I have a question for everybody. In your marriage, do you think that if you're going to make a significant change to your appearance, do you think that that should be a discussion between you and your spouse?
Exactly. If you don't do that, you're just as wrong as two left shoes. You don't
I
have
would
the
think
right to
so.
decide to a person who accepted you for who you were, the way you were, that you're going to
Not
change
accept
that.
it. They actually loved it. That's what they wanted.
That's the point.
Yeah.
I was attracted to your fat ass. I don't want
Right.
your skinny ass. I want your
Right.
fat ass. Your
Right.
skinny ass don't turn me on like your fat ass, bitch. I like
I like
cushion.
it
My
jiggling.
cushion. You know what I'm saying? So I do think it's kind of faulty wrong for women to do that without discussing it. And if you know when you met the man that that was your plan, you should have discussed that in the beginning. Do you
Agreed.
know? Unfortunately, I have to have certain conversations. And hey, do you want kids?
Right.
Because if you do, I'm not her. Go ahead and move on right now because I can't tolerate you cheating on me to get your kids.
Okay.
So go
Okay.
ahead and not be with me. I'm going to tell you certain things up front. Hey, I'm a diabetic. I take weight loss medication to control my diabetes. Sometimes my weight will fluctuate. These are conversations, if I take you serious enough, I think should be had. If you attracted to me and I see in the mirror myself, I know I'm a big girl. I
Okay.
clearly know if you with me, you like that. So for me to want to not like that and not talk to you about that, and then still expect for you to be that, that's a little out of line to me.
Okay. So, comment, a lot of men like fluffy women, true, but don't want their homeboys or family to laugh and tease them. That is very true. So, when you find one that is um, outwardly proud, outwardly vocal, and all of those things, then I feel it's really important to have those conversations. Here's the thing, in our vows, if you took vows in a church, I'm always going to proceed with saying that because they're different religions, cultures, so on and so forth. Um, in sickness and in health. The only time that your outward appearance should not matter, and when that comes into play as it relates to your vows, is if it's something that is connected to your health. So that's like a man really loving long hair, but obviously you get some type of element that makes you lose your hair. He is still supposed to love you regardless. You are still supposed to love your husband regardless. If you gain weight because of a medication like steroids, you're supposed to see past that because you're supposed to love the person. They're sick. You're not supposed to see it that way. And I believe that our brains are trained to see things like that. I saw a lady on TikTok, and she's now ready to tell her story. She was pregnant with her fourth child, and something happened with her breast milk ducts that made her have to be put into a medical coma. When she woke up, her arm on this side was going like this, and then all of these fingers was gone, so she only had this, and then both of her legs. She is married. Her husband stayed with her the whole time. She says she remembers being in a coma and remembers different things that he said um, throughout. And like he stayed with her the whole time. He's still with her. He still takes her on dates. She can now have her prosthetic stuff, and really she's learning and getting better, right? Imagine waking up with nothing. So that took an amazing husband to walk through that with her. I also have another friend who married a man, and he was pow a lot of times, and she had to help him come through that. Those are health things. But I think that when it's something voluntary, you should tell your person, and then you can have a happy medium. Like maybe if she got to a size 16 and then he said, okay, this is where I like you, then I think that you should compromise being in the middle. I think that you should. And if you can't, then that's when the conversation forward needs to be like, it maybe you guys can't be together anymore. Because if it's something that bothers you that much, you have the right for that to bother you, because that can then impact your health, your mental health. But you need to have those open, honest conversations. He was rude, very much so. You pushed her away. You did not have an appropriate conversation with her. You allowed her to give you top, to reward her for not doing her morning exercise, but you would not have sex with her.
Like, slap yourself, sir. You don't sound like for better or for worse, nor do you have any skill into finessing your wife. Good God.
And you don't want to lose control. So is it really the control? And you said something as well. Bony women are promiscuous. So is it that you really love that size, or you love what you thought at that size, that she couldn't get anybody else, that you, it was less likely that you would lose her, less likely that she would glow and shine? How was she at that size 22? Was she happy? Did you feel like she was happy? Because if you didn't, you should have encouraged her to lose weight on your own if you didn't see your wife being happy. And it sounds like she probably was at home and you were okay with that because
Yep,
you
because
want
you weren't worried
control.
about her.
You weren't worried about her well-being. You're more worried about the the comfort of a wife that you wanted. That's what it sounds like to me. So, sir, go to the finest parts of hell, and this is the reason why. Because you stopped being intimate with her and you treated her like she had leprosy. That's not love. That's not love, sir. Mm. So you got exactly what you deserve. Now she's going out and living her best life. And sounds like you can't get anybody else.
Mm, my Lord.
Amazing question. What size is he? What does he look like? What does he bring to the table? Does that mean she can go out there and get somebody better? Um, I'm just wondering.
Me
You know,
too.
we had these conversations, sis, because I had strict guidelines. When I lose weight, tell me when I start looking like a bobblehead. When I lose weight, make sure I don't change my behavior. Make sure I don't let these type of men in that all of a sudden I always did loved it. You, I know I was pretty before, but you
Sounds crazy.
couldn't see. Listen, whatever reason you didn't date me then, which was my weight, then don't date me now. I'm cool. One thing I appreciate about my husband is weight gain and all. He still lets me know he loves me and he's attracted to me, period. That's
Hey,
what it's supposed to
Chantel.
be. That's what it's. We had these conversations, child. I was not playing. Um, People need to do certain things to protect themselves. I'm big on my support system being my real support system and telling the truth. And don't worry, I was told when I started looking like a bobblehead because I didn't see it. Let's see. Ready for the next story?
Let's go.
This one is funny. Okay. Wait. Ah, no, I want to read this one. I want to read this one first. Okay, I'm gonna read this one first. Here we go. Okay. The house I inherited is haunted, and so am I. What happens when trauma has a key to your front door? You guys ready? This one is
Let's
funny as
get
shit.
it.
I cry real tears. Okay. My wife caught me a third time with a sex worker, so she left me for good. I was forced to move into the small house that I inherited from my great grandmother. Things fluttering about and moving all the time at night. This house is haunted and angry. Also, my great grandmother died standing up. She was opening the refrigerator when her heart gave out. I still see her silhouette by the fridge, but all I have to pay is property taxes, so I'm able to afford to date a woman. But I get nervous about a woman staying the night. Why? Because suddenly the sleep paralysis demon from childhood has returned. I'm paralyzed with fear that something heavy is on my chest, and it causes me to wet the bed. I'm 26. I had a therapist, my uncle Roman, who is really a therapist, and he told me to get the fuck out of bed and please and go to the bathroom like a grown man and fight the demon if you see them on the way to the toilet. Not helpful. I still soak the sheets. My wife won't step foot into the house to help me. I'm trapped and I feel so alone. Help. What should I do?
I'm so weak. Po Ting Ting. I don't know how to help him. Get
That's what you get, sir. You cheated on your wife with sex workers. That's what you get. That's what you get.
and I think your grandma want to
Yes,
slap
and
you.
that P word is the word that was in there. I don't like that word. That's why I said go to the bathroom. But yes, that is the word that is in there. Sir, you got bigger things to worry about. You need a therapist to discuss why you're addicted to sex workers. You moved into the house and you didn't focus on let me see a therapist. So you do know how to go to therapy, but you didn't focus on therapy to say, let me get therapy to see why I want sex workers. Um, let me get into therapy, marriage counseling. Just I need therapy so I could stop peeing in the bed and having sleep paralysis so I can bring more hookers.
That's why your ass can't pee straight now because you've been fucking with too many hookers. Slow down.
It's karma, sir. You're not supposed to be committing adultery. And you just skipped right back into it like it's no big deal. She caught you for the third time. It sounds like that's the only time she caught you, but it sounds like this is a regular thing because you like the house because you only have to pay property taxes. So that means you can afford to date women. How much was you spending on women?
Mm. Because you ain't dating them. You just fucking them.
You know they call it a date.
That ain't a date. We gonna stop that.
Oh.
We gonna stop that right here,
Y'all,
right
what
now.
advice we got? I mean, so let me reiterate what the uncle said. I had a therapist, my uncle Roman, who was really a therapist, and he told me to get the fuck out of bed and it's like a grown man and fight the demons if you see them on the way to the toilet.
Through, Uncle.
What other advice do we have?
I'm
What
with
we
the
supposed to
uncle.
tell him?
The
What would
uncle
you tell if
told him,
this was your brother? What would you tell him?
grow up. And that childhood that you brought up, sir, you still there. That's how old you are. And I need you to come up out of that.
Okay, so here's what I would tell him. Here's what I would tell him. Because Uncle already said this, I would say first and foremost, you need to go rent an Airbnb and you need to get out of there. Second, you need to go back to your wife and you need to go to separate counseling and marriage counseling. But you need to go back to her simply to let her know, I'm going to go to counseling and fix my problem because I understand this is an addiction and I need help with it. Because, sir, that's going to get you in trouble. It's too many diseases and things like that out there for you to just be out here doing this. It's something wrong with you that why you're addicted to that. And you need to get to that root cause. Apparently, you have sleep paralysis demons return from your childhood. So something happened in your childhood that you need help with. I strongly doubt your wife is just going to let you come back because of the demons that you caused her to have to fight off because you was bringing demonic spirits in that house by way of prostitute, compromising her life, her health, and everything by sleeping with sex workers. So that's the first thing. All the things to get help, but get out of that house or bring a pastor into that house. Okay. And you need to go see one to get the demons off of you because they came
Okay.
back with
Very
They
good.
came back with you. Okay. So I will stop there because I see his advice in the comments. Leave the house. You have to leave the house. Even if you go rent a studio, is better than staying there because I'm pretty sure you was paying bills at your wife's house. All money and good money to be saving. Dip him in some holy water and stop being lazy with your pissy behind.
I'm hollering.
Yes. So after you get the help that you need, okay, then determine where you're going to go from there. I highly doubt your wife is going to take you back. But if she does, and if you've never tried to get yourself help before, that's what you need to do. But now your uncle knows you're a pee boy at 26. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be one interesting conversation at Thanksgiving. And no, nobody's coming over there. And what you do to your grandma? What y'all do to your that her spirit ain't resting?
Mm. Or how you embarrassing your grandma so her spirit ain't resting.
Maybe she came back because she don't want you in her house.
That part. Because you trifling as the fuck and you probably bringing them prostitutes over there too.
Well, see, that's what he wants to do, but he can't stop peeing in the bed, so he won't bring the prostitutes. So that's why he reached out to get help, so he could get help only so he could figure out how to make those things stop, so he could bring prostitutes.
Oh, okay. So therefore, there's still no help for you, sir. I cannot
She
help
tired
you.
of him pissing on her sheets. No, this started when he moved into the home after he left the house. He wasn't, that returned when he got back into the childhood home. So whatever's going on in the Beetlejuice house, he needs to deal with it and get it under control. But he definitely needs a real therapist along with his uncle. He needs his uncle as a therapist too, because I love the family accountability.
It's the Beetlejuice home for me.
It is a Beetlejuice home.
Oh me Jesus.
The
Oh.
Marks need to, you know what? He need to get some of that spring water. On that show. The man that sends the spring water in an envelope. No, grandma tired of him.
Ooh.
Yes, grandma is like, didn't I think I fixed you peeing in the bed when you was a kid? How many times did I whoop your ass for that? He was probably doing bad things. Okay, two more stories. Next story. Let's see. Oh, let me remove this off the screen. It's important that I remove things so when I do my clips, it'll work. Okay. He bought a house in hell. Is intention enough when execution puts you in danger? That's the question. So let's see. It's the thought that counts, right? We're newlyweds. We're in our 30s. We have BS degrees and bullshit jobs. I understand. I complained to my husband that we will never be homeowners. We will never own our own porch swing or a white picket fence. My husband bought us a $24,000 home in Evansville, Indiana. Evansville was recently named the meth capital of the U.S. The block is so dangerous that the realtor gave him the link to a virtual tour instead of meeting him there in person. His credit is trash and they sold him the property anyway. There's no jobs here, just meth, sex, and violence. There's always someone breaking into our home to steal food or sleep. He quit one of his jobs to guard the house. I love that he took the initiative to buy us a home, but I don't want to be deleted in it. Also, I believe he's using meth now. What should I do?
Ooh, child. I don't know. I would love to tell you to stand by your man, but around, honey.
Not at the risk of deletion.
Girl, I'm with you. You want to go? You should go. You have.
Mhm,
He has deleted you, whether he realizes it or not, and he keep
mhm.
making all these faulty ass decisions. And as a wife, expecting you just to take that shit, and I don't understand these things. I just
So
don't.
agreed. My answer is go to the CVS or Rite Aid and get him one of those drug tests at home. Drug test him and see if he's doing drugs. That's number one. No, sorry. Number one is what they said. Run and get out of there. You have to leave because number one, if that's a meth street, guess what you're inhaling? You're
Mess.
inhaling meth. They actually condemn a home that has been had meth in it before they resell it. That's why I got it for 24 racks. Go back where you came from. Absolutely. Go back, even if you just get a studio until you can sell that home and get out of that home. But that home is only 24,000. It needs to go away. Get your husband some help if he um is into that, but I heard that one is really hard. So my heart goes out to you. Um, but you have to get away because that is a very bad drug from what I understand. And people don't even know what they're doing on that. And if they're breaking in for food and to sleep, they're probably accustomed to the house being empty. And so out of like habit, being able to do it, they probably just go in there and do whatever they want to do. But how they're breaking in, I don't know because I would have bars, I would have a security system, I would have double bolted doors. All of those things should have been put on there before your husband moved you in. Your safety clearly wasn't his concern, or he moved you in with his meth cousins, and that was intentional. He wanted to be there. They're a creature of habit. Yes, I thought so. That's the ones where you walk around like a zombie, right? Like
Yep.
that's the one. Okay. So she needs to seek refuge. No, for real. And flip that house and sell it or whatever. But is that a loss that I would be willing to take? It
Nope.
is.
I
I
mean, oh
would if
yeah.
his credit is already
No, no, no.
BS.
I was agreeing with you. I didn't mean to say
Oh,
no.
oh, okay. You can only help if you want it. Right. That's why I said go to the store and get a drug test so you can know for sure and you don't have because it sounds like I don't under that wasn't a very sound decision at all. That doesn't make sense. It has to be another reason why you did that. There's no reason a husband is a protector and a provider. Why would you put me in a situation like that where I'm unsafe or where somebody with triple your strength could come in and harm us? Are these your homeboys? Like, why did you want to be over there? That's like very interesting to me. Yeah, that's one of the worst ones I thought to the point where if it's done in a house, they condemn it. So you have to get away because I heard I'll be watching YouTube. I heard if you go into the neighborhood, like you could smell it,
Uh huh.
like it's a high smell or something. So that
Yep.
means you're ingesting it.
Yep.
That's why you can't resell the home, right? Because it's in they have to do something like
It's hard to resell the
take it out.
home.
They basically
They
have to
gotta. It's like
demolition the home. Something like
not in some. I don't know if it's that bad, but it's definitely to the point where they have to do some things like a remodel on the low.
right on the inside, right? Like take the
Hmm.
walls and the insulation, it gets into the paint or something like that.
Yep.
Okay.
And you just
Um,
living in it, so you just high and ain't even trying to be.
I wouldn't have moved there in the first place either. I would have never moved out of my place. I'd have been like, my ninja, if you bought that so that we could flip it and you have some grand plan, please let me know. But there, yeah, I think so too. A lot of times in these neighborhoods, especially like Detroit is hot right now, people are buying houses and stuff to flip them and to bring life back to that
Their
particular area.
community.
Yes, but in doing so, that is going to require some time to change the behavior and what's around there. So when you put your home there, you have to be very careful with how you protect it. You have to take those extra measures, have that really good insurance, and then be prepared for the what ifs because they most likely will happen. But
Hmm.
squatting and things like that, that's why the bars are really good, and stuff like that because If you on a house I'm sorry, on a street or in a neighborhood that's completely abandoned, and you see somebody that flew in to come and do this house over, and they fly out, as soon as they fly out, you're going to
You
try to
in.
make your way into the house. You want that cozier house now that has windows in the winter time and stuff like that. So uh it's an interesting time for a lot of properties. So be very careful. It wouldn't be something that I would move into. I don't think you should have moved into it. Um, where your mama and them at, girl? Move in with them, but get
Mm.
out immediately. Because I would want to get out immediately. I wouldn't want to wait and save up deposit and all of that. No, I want to go now. Okay, last story. Ready? Child, I'm not going. I'm getting the hell out of here.
I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mess.
so out.
I'm a
I was
uh
never in. I'm so out. Do you hear me?
because that means, how do you park your car there? How do you walk out for work in the morning? How do you come home late at night? How do you sleep with so much movement going on? And just my heart, I would be done had a heart attack. It's too much. It's too much. That there's you have to get to the door. Yes. Yes. And certain things is not enough protection, because again, they're much stronger. That's their environment. Um, I don't understand how that husband did that. I
He's an
don't.
addict. That's how he
He
did it.
has
That's
to
the
be.
only way he did it, because a husband would want to protect his wife and not put her in that predicament. And so, therefore, if where we are is better than this, we ain't moving yet. We
Mm-mm.
just ain't
So let's
moving
sit
yet.
down and think of a plan and
Let's
put it
come up with
together.
something.
Hmm. Oh, absolutely. A pow pow.
Mm.
Shout out had that house rigged like Home Alone. I would have that house rigged like Home Alone. Please believe me. That street would think that I was crazy, because I'd be walking outside with bulletproof vests. I'd be doing all type of things to let them know about that life. Because you have to. That way, when you in your correct senses and you walking around the streets and stuff, you would look and be like, that's probably not the girl I want to mess with, because
Mm.
she carrying it on her chest.
Mm.
She got it on her side. Um, yeah, the whole house, when we walk up, a big light like Chevy Chase Christmas comes up. I would do all kind of things to make it like you got to be exaggerated with your behaviors. You just do. I'd use my backyard for target practice. Yeah, it would be like Home Alone. You would think a mob was shooting in there, and it would just be the TV turned up real loud. But
I'm
if you're
so
gonna do
with
it,
you. And that's just the way it is.
you have to. Okay, last story. My son thinks I'm the enemy. What happens when adults turn children into weapons? I don't remember this one. Let's see.
Oh.
I don't want Jaya, if I'm honest. I don't want a child with her either. She was a female from the club. I wanted a better person to give me kids. I cash app her when I could, but I avoided seeing my son, because why bother? Then Jaya got engaged and I feel sick about it. I asked her to let me see my son more often. She responded with an attorney and months of family court. The outcome, a formal child support order with weekend visitation. When I see my kid, he brings his little toy gun. He's only 4. When I sleep, he creeps up on me and taps me on the temple with the toy gun and says, "Pow." I asked my son why he keeps sliding on me, and he said, "You my ops." And then he said that his mother's fiance gives him extra points for taking me out. Jaya says he's just playing, but this feels wrong and I feel nervous. What advice do you have?
Mm. I don't know what to tell you, brother, because I would feel nervous too. But for one, you need to start teaching your son some things, or maybe getting some questions up out of him, and maybe, unfortunately, try to be a better father in the circumstances.
Mm, because you didn't want anything to do with him at all, period whatsoever. And then all of a sudden, when the girl gets with somebody else, now you want to start that "let me see my son" type of thing. What is wrong with people? Why do they do things like that?
Because they be gaslight. They can't be happy for you or with you.
But it
That's why.
sounds like Jaya was peaceful because you cash after when you could. So it sounded like there was no family court, there was no child support, there was no none of that. She only responded with that once you um started bothering her about wanting to see the son more often. But you said you didn't want to, you wanted kids with a better person and you
You judging
avoided.
this girl after you took out the time to sleep with her. Shut the hell up and be a better daddy. That's what you can do. Grow up.
Right. If you'd have been in his life from the beginning, you wouldn't be having this problem. So you basically need to back out of those things because Jaya may be the type of parent that when he was in preschool or saw TV or anything like that and ask, hey, mom, where's my, or wait, you said you saw him when you felt like it. So he knows that he has a dad. And when he asks for you, maybe she tells him the truth. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. Maybe she says, dad don't, he don't,
He
we'll
don't
see him.
feel like it. He don't
Or mom,
fucking
can you
feel it.
call my dad? No, he doesn't want to be bothered, but don't worry, we're fine. I'll take you wherever that type of thing. But it sounds like he's a very smart kid. At 4, he's aware that you didn't want to be a part of his life and that you're the enemy. So the
And
only
maybe if
thing you
you
can
was
do now.
around, no one else would be able to imprint things in his head, such as your dog.
Right. So it sounds like they've also made a game and they're possibly playing a game because I get extra points for taking you out. So it sounds like they play some type of game and where they allow him to get his anger out by maybe assassination of a character.
And the
That's
character
you.
is you, sir.
So here's my advice. Deadbeat dad. Number 1, maybe you should take Jaya and your son to lunch and apologize. Maybe you should apologize for the person that you were and move forward better. 4 is still very young, so you can fix the issue. But I don't believe that you just need to apologize to your son. I believe you need to apologize to the mother, and then both of you sit down and decide how you can work out a better co-parenting relationship and moving forward with the son. Because if you respect her and treat her well, because it sounds like you don't think she was worthy. You think she's beneath you and a bunch of things that make her not good enough for you. And who knows if you said those things in front of the child. So it sounds to me like you need to hit the reset button and do the right thing for your family. And it includes treating the mother right, apologizing,
Mm-hmm.
thanking her for not giving you hell during all of those years where you didn't show up, and
Mm,
then move forward because she deserves that. Because your son wouldn't be here if he was waiting for you to eat. She
mm,
deserves she deserves to be told that she's a good mother. She deserves to be told thank you. Um, and she deserves an apology. And then so does your son. And then you guys work on how you're gonna do with the kid. That's my advice. Um, both parents need to sit down and have a conversation with each other, and then they have a conversation with the son to let him know it's not okay to point guns at people.
mm.
And we are both wives with love
Children.
children.
I was gonna say, you know what? I felt like in my spirit, respectfully, the people that responded, such as you, and
Club
and and,
girl.
and Chantel, love some kids and stuff, and got wives and husbands and stuff, and understand this shit differently. But for me,
I don't love kids though. I love my kids. There is a difference.
well,
My answer is strictly based off of, sir, you just wrong. And that's the advice that I would give to my brother. I
right. I'm
actually
over here
didn't.
talking about. Well, I just love it when
Yeah,
a
you can give it
motherfucker
from
have to
any
eat their
angle.
words. Well, no, I just love it when they have to eat them words. You didn't want your child until
You
that
called
girl
her a
didn't want
club
you.
girl. But really you was the one that was a low budget idiot.
And you didn't want that baby until she didn't want you. Boy, fuck you and your feelings. Now that's how I feel.
Y'all, what is going on in the world with people wanting to be associated with people as long as they feel like they are better than them? What is going on with that? Because it sounds like
Pride.
you were okay going around like you was better than your baby mama, better than your baby mama. But now that she got the full picture she wanted and is peaceful, don't sound like she gave you no drama, because if she did, I believe you would have included it. And so why are you still saying negative things about her right now today? A club girl? It sounds like she was having fun just like you. but one of y'all took responsibility and one of you didn't. That's what it sounds like to me. Okay.
Sound like
And
you a itch, and your itch should expose you. Cause all that pillow talking monkey, that's what them O's do. Boy, boo, bye. Just go to
mhm,
bed. Take several naps.
definitely needs to put some respect on her
I
name
love that.
because absolutely, because at the end of the day, even if she did continue to be a club girl, and we've seen it, we've seen where, well, some of us have seen it that have dated men with children, and you see a child that you like, that mama is doing too much. That child gonna be ghetto, and this is gonna turn out real, real bad. Um, Here's the part where I say, you know how they say, but God? I say, but dad. Because if you see that it's so bad on the mom's side, just like when a mom sees it so bad on a dad's side, she kicks into being mom and dad, right?
Correct.
So if you see that she can't stay out the club, then you stay out the club. And when she go to the club, say, bring my child to me. That way you could be in their life a whole lot more. You can't stop her from doing what she gonna do. I'm tired of people saying it's a mother's responsibility. Well, a mother to be motherly. Every woman is not motherly, just like every dad is not fatherly. Yes, it has become the social norm, but it's not accepted. It's just that mothers have like come to the fact, like, what is it going to do to like stay tied up in court and begging for child support from somebody when I could just say, you know what, I'm just going to raise my child, love my child, surround him in love, and not beg anybody to be in their life. I don't want to be bitter. Like, that doesn't, just because we see more single moms with an inactive dad doesn't mean it's appropriate for one to be inactive versus another. It just means, unlike men, women have decided, I'm just going to move forward.
Period. Well
I
said.
mean, that's the
Well
right
said.
answer, because there are so many that don't hold themselves accountable and aren't responsible. They're not, because that's just like we talked about the other night when somebody says, oh, with the girlfriend that the mother-in-law came over and the house was dirty. And we was all like, if the son is there and the house is dirty, then his house is dirty too, right? Okay. If that's both of y'all child, however the child turned out, both of you have a hand in it. Because if she's doing that bad, you can also go try to get custody. You can make sure you get half and half. You see, after being a no good motherfucker, only giving cash app every now and then, the court was still fair with you. The court gave you visitation and child support. It don't sound like she fought it. It sounded like she wanted it legal, and so you can't keep playing games with her and being in and out. That's what it sounds like to me. So, Mr. Sir, I don't understand. I raised my son and it's hard, but as long as you got a village, you'll be fine. Absolutely. You will. Where's those people that's judging? Where is your village? It's not just about the mom side. It's about the dad side too. So, dad, if you still calling her club girl, it sound like somebody put a ring on it, but you still didn't get your brain at any point, and the child is poor. Nothing made you say, I need to be there for my son, because right now, I know you don't know this. Come in. Let me tell you, your child should have had like swim lessons already, been in preschool, been at a daycare,
Mm.
um, been playing t-ball, all of those things. You guys should have a consistent relationship, because he wouldn't be pointing a gun at you if y'all had picked up a bat or a
Mm.
basketball or something like that. Sorry, Dad. You're sorry. Go to bed.
Mm. And that's just the way it is.
You know, when I give certain responses, I understand why my ex said, ain't nobody trying to make you no baby mama. Ain't nobody trying to go there with you.
I know that's real, and you
That's the
shouldn't,
best
sir.
compliment I ever got.
And
I
you
think it is.
shouldn't.
You shouldn't, because I
Cause
would be a
that
different kind
ain't
of
my
date. I'd
story.
have your ass in court to keep you away. Okay? Because you're not finna in and out of my child's life. You're not finna do that.
Period.
Yes, anything. You should have been doing something by now. And stop talking about her still, you stupid idiot. That's why
Cause
the son took a pow pow and he clocks you upside the head while you sleep. So the fact that he creep up on you, you better be careful, because kids that age make booby traps. Ask my nephew. He made booby traps with Legos and shit like that. They get you back. He's smart. You better pay attention and channel that energy. Just
what
go
you
sit
say they
down and
get you
talk.
back?
Take our advice. Okay. Well, let me see. Let me make sure. That is the last case for tonight. Just so you know, a reminder, every one of those stories have a common thread. They avoid disguise and are in survival mode, and they need to fix that. You cannot lie your way into peace, the one that wanted to get married. You can't
Mm.
manipulate your way into love, child support man, and you cannot outrun consequences by moving to another state. Okay?
Oh, okay.
So it sounds like the women in these are fairly healthy, except for the one that wants to keep her man because he looks like money, but he not money, but she want to keep her mess. I don't know, child. You take the advice and run it back and play it again until it's in your head. Or log into Amazon and go buy all of my journals. Start from the
Mm-hmm.
beginning. Buy all of them. They're all 30 days. So buy them, do them, replenish, affirmations, Bible verses, all of the things. And guess what? I do cuss. Okay. I talk like I was talking to myself. Guess why? I was talking to myself. So there are healing coloring book journals. Let me see. I love Soft Life. I haven't done this one yet, but obviously I did it while I was going through it. Look at this. Melanated coloring pages. I love them. I love them.
I
I'm
haven't
gonna
colored all my pages. Is that the book I already have? Let me see that cover.
let you see this cover. This
Yeah.
one is Soft Life, Strong Crown, No Apologies. Yes, this is the reparenting one. A
Okay.
reparenting journal for the black girl in me.
Right, because I'm like, tell me what's in it because I don't
Yes,
remember the cover. I don't
yes.
remember the cover. I just know what's in it because I've been reading and working.
Yes, that is it. And irresponsible. He's very irresponsible. All of them are. I like mine, all three. I love them. Thank you. So, yes, make sure that you go and buy them. You still have time to get them in time for Christmas through Amazon. They are great stocking stuffers and gifts. They are on sale through the end of the year for $12.99. And another one will be coming out shortly. I love them. You have to put things into your soul that are good in order to get things out. Notice we went through the stories and we still offer something positive, even if they cocoa heads, coconut
And
head.
my best advice sometimes was none because y'all dumb as the hell. Mm, get to doing better immediately.
Well, that is it from us tonight. Please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and share. And you guys, guess what? When you share, you can pull out a clip. So if you happen to be watching it and you like a particular part, pull out the clip and share it. That greatly helps me. And tag me if you like. I'm just saying. I appreciate all of you for showing up and for my support system. Des, where can they find you?
You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and what else is it? YouTube. Delicious Designs with two E's, honey.
Yes. So, sis, we need to work on, that's my big sister Shonda, who does my hair. Um, we need to work on 2026 and doing the in-person thing. I'm ready to actually do the show in front of people. So, anyway, I'll leave it at that. I'll stop by to talk to you. So, that is it for tonight. Please make sure that you join us tomorrow. We will be on tomorrow at 7 and then also Thursday at 7. Friday, I have a special show and I am doing it for real. Child, we're going over the Tasha K interview. So buckle up and come and be ready, okay? Yuletide cheer or something. Decorate your tree while you're listening to me. But that's where we will be. Thank you and have a good night.
Good night.